Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I am your host, the Ranting Monkey. With me today is Dax Orion. Say hi, Dax.
Hello.
Jack Cochran is also joining us. Say hi, Jack.
Hi.
I always wonder if we confuse people when I call you Jack and it says bad comic reviews there. How are you gentlemen tonight? Dax, how you doing, man?
I'm good.
I'm fine.
Nice. I'm better than I've been in a while, and I just had a great time. Sorry we're late, man. We were doing a game stream over on 2 Cents Plus, and we got a late start because Satsu was having some issues. But man, that was a fun stream.
God, it was good. I love that game.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Real quick, let me get these super chats. John Migda, feeding the monkey, and then he said again, feeds the monkey again. John, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Remember, guys, the Ranting Monkey is brought to you by you guys. And don't forget to support these gentlemen over here. Jack, make sure you throw your link in the chat, and gentlemen, throw your Streamlabs in there. Because guys, they help. If it wasn't for them, it would just be me. And we've heard that before. And do you really want that? Do you?
They probably do.
Joshua's back, and he says, fuck you, monkey, Dane, monkey, dice.
Okay.
Random weird words to you as well, my friend. Chaos says, you don't have to tell Jack to throw his link in. Well, that's a good thing. Because
I actually haven't been spamming the chat like usual last couple of times.
You should spam the chat.
Well, I didn't want to make you mad because then you won't bring me back on.
Dude, it would be different if you did it like every 2 minutes. But as an unrepentant whore, I don't care if you whore yourself out.
Awesome.
Snubber, thank you. In case Sats and Random haven't, the 7 days server last couple of nights have been off, Horde nights broken, and the difficulty seems elevated. Snub, me and Random actually went in, we looked at all the settings yesterday, and the sad fact is we may end up having to reset that server. They had the update, and the only thing that was off that we could find was that zombies on Horde Night were set not to run. That was it. Everything else is right where it has been. So they did change the way scaling works in that game. It might be that. And thank you, Terry Diamandis. Look at the top of the chat. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's a super chat. Thank you guys so much for that. I never know how to open the show, so having something to talk about like that was really nice. And then we can move on to our top story, which I hate doing this because it is still International Women's Day in some parts of the country, but we got to bash on a woman, man. And oddly enough, it's because of International Women's Day. So earlier today, Alyssa Milano, she tweeted out this: my transgender sisters. But that's a sentence.
What?
My transgender sister. I don't know. That's how she wrote it. And then she says, I am celebrating you this National Women's Day. By the way, it's International Women's Day, sweetheart. But she is a woman. You can't expect her to. Sorry, ladies. I'm just fucking with you. I love ladies. You guys are smart, sexy, cute, all of that stuff. But anyway, so she says that. I don't really have a problem with what she says there. If she wants to celebrate trans women on International Women's Day, good for her. Nothing wrong with that. But a gentleman by the name of Kirk Brown, who, as far as I know, is just some random dude. Yeah, he's got 154 followers. She actually responded to a tweet that he wrote her. He answered, Alyssa, are you transgender? And that's where things get weird. They get really weird. Because this is her reply to Kirk. She says, I am trans. I'm a person of color. I'm an immigrant. I'm a lesbian. I'm a gay man. I'm the disabled. I'm everything, and so are you, Kirk. Don't be afraid of what you don't know or understand. No one wants to hurt you. We are all just looking for our happily ever after. That's a weird reply to Kirk's question.
It is, but it's also incredibly collectivist because we are all one thing.
We're like the Borg now.
Yeah, exactly.
I am Jack. Jack is me.
Do you realize because of this, she called Kirk a homosexual?
What a fag.
Yeah, it's basically, I'm everything and so are you. That's calling him gay. That's not cool, Alyssa. Maybe he's not. What? Sorry.
Yeah, I think that was she's just dumb.
I'm trans. It's virtue signaling. It's like, I'm part of their struggle. No, you're not, sweetheart. Look, Alyssa, I'm sure you've been through some shit in your life. You've not been through what I've been through. Isn't she kind of appropriating stuff and diminishing the lived experience of the actual people here?
Yeah, pretty much. There's so much wrong with this on multiple levels that no matter what side you're on any situation, you can find some fault here and make her look dumb because it's pretty easy to do, apparently.
And I'm a little hurt, Alyssa, because I've tweeted at you a lot of times and you've never answered me.
But you know what she didn't say? She is not Spartacus.
You know what she didn't say? She didn't say that she's a white man.
Yeah, it's so ableist of her.
She didn't say she was a Jew. There's a lot of things she left out of this, especially the Jew thing. That's been big in the news recently with Ilhan Omar's crap.
Yeah. Well, maybe she doesn't think Jews are people. That's what I learned.
Yes, Alyssa Milano hates the Jews.
Yep.
Confirmed. Hashtag confirmed. Yeah, I read this and I honestly, I went to respond to it. I'm like, I don't know what to say to that. Because I understand what she's going for there. She's trying to, look, we're all in this together kind of thing.
Yeah. That kumbaya shit, though, always comes off lazy.
Hate it.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the end of that one South Park where Stan had broke the dam and they think, is that the global warming? No, is that the global warming one?
Yeah.
Yeah. And at the end, Stan's like, look, I broke the dam. And somebody else steps forward. I broke the dam. No, I broke the dam. He's like, no, I broke the dam. And they're all like, oh, metaphorically, he's saying we all broke it. And he's like, no, I fucking broke it. Oh, Jesus. Alyssa, you are not trans. You're not a person of color. You're not an immigrant. You may be a lesbian. I know you're not a lesbian. You're at least bisexual because you bang dudes. You're not a gay man, and you're not disabled. You might be. Is mentally challenged disabled?
Developmentally, yeah.
Oh, so yeah, she might be disabled, but none of that other shit is true. That's some virtue. Look, I'm everybody.
I'm every woman.
Yes.
I don't know the rest of the lyrics.
I don't think anybody does.
Chaos says she didn't say she's a pansexual, non-binary, genderqueer, demisexual octopus either. You're right. So she hates them too.
What about the attack helicopters? They've been around for years.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't real people.
How dare you?
I haven't heard anybody use the phrase pansexual in a while. It makes me worried because that means that it's going to be like an explosion of that word.
No, see, it's not pansexual. It's panzersexual. Identify as a tank.
German tank, you Nazi.
Circus says, I'm betting she's going to get a lot of shit from blacks and trans people here soon because of claiming those. I never went through this and read. Somebody named Jay Sikarika says, you forgot one. You're a superhero.
Oh, God.
Says, you're a superhero. Not sure if it's Marvel or DC. Don't think it matters. And she replied to this one. Are you by my side?
The fuck is she on Quaaludes or something today? I swear to God.
I don't know. That's creepy.
That's a lot of heroin talk right there.
She's relapsed, everyone. I knew it.
Now, this is what she was going for. This is the kind of thing she wanted. And I want to discuss this. Somebody else replied, I adore you. Thanks for being a voice where others do not. And she said, thank you for reading me.
You fucking virtue signaling Pat.
This is a problem we have. Is you have and I'm gonna be generalizing here, people. So if this doesn't apply to you, I don't care.
Yeah, Jack.
White women, and this is mostly white women. You don't need to speak for everyone else. Most people are perfectly capable of speaking, and you guys get your panties in a wad over stuff other people, the people you're getting your panties in a wad for, don't give a shit about. Look, like I said, her first tweet was cool. Look, trans sisters, I'm appreciating you today. Good for you. But then this, I'm everybody. I'm going to talk for everyone because I am every woman. Fuck off, you crazy bitch. Oh, thank you, John. You're a super cripple ranting monkey, I think is what you were going for. And you know what? You're right. I am. My superpower is being able to talk when nobody wants to hear my voice.
Wow.
In the old days, there was that term manifest destiny.
Yes.
Where you had to go in and uplift the savages and the heathens. That seems to be coming back. Maybe it's my perception, but man, I am so sick of this. Like a bunch of middle-class white people and upper-class white people running around telling everybody how they have to react around people that are slightly different melanin content.
Yeah, they speak for everyone, don't you know?
Yeah, that is so racist.
You think?
It just pisses me off. It's so lazy. I think that's what really gets me is just the lack of pride in the workplace these days. Because they're not even being like functionally effective racists. They're just like laying down on the couch eating bonbons and going, you're a bad person.
John says that's my super chat limit for the week. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do.
Glad you stopped by.
Yeah.
Continue watching, of course. But, yeah.
Yeah, but my title, not clickbait, y'all. She actually said this. Cryptic, thank you. I speak for all dog eaters. Oh my God.
Wow.
You're gonna get me in trouble, Cryptic.
I mean, you see, he talks for all cat eaters. I don't want to keep trying to make us think that he actually like cares about dogs. Get out of here.
For the record, YouTube, he's Asian. He can make those jokes. In other, because I mentioned Ilhan Omar just a little bit ago, there was a great moment, and I'm gonna share the video if you guys want to hear it. It's only like 18 seconds long, but Nancy Pelosi was again trying to explain away Ilhan Omar's habit of saying things about Jews that don't sound real good. And
that was the plainest way of saying that.
Yes. Well, that's kind of what how Nancy Pelosi says it. It's that she's not really being anti-Semitic, y'all. She just speaks. This is it. She has a different experience in the use of words. That is a direct fucking quote. She has a different experience in the use of words.
Well, that's because she's one of them brown people with the Islams, so obviously she's primitive. That's how I interpreted that statement.
She's basically saying the bitch is too stupid to know how words work. There's only two ways to interpret that. Either she's too dumb to understand English, which, by the way, guys, she's been here for fucking ever. It's not like she just came off the boat yesterday. So either she doesn't know the language, or she is so used to talking about Jews that way that she didn't know it was bad.
I think that's the likely one.
Which is not a good thing.
No, I don't think she cares, and she probably is used to talking like that. She's from a heavily Somali area, right?
Yeah.
Somalis hate Jews, from what I've seen, because we have a lot of them in Columbus, and they're not very polite about how much they hate the Jews.
I hate to be the one that keeps pointing this out, but as a Muslim, her chance of having a good view of Jews is really, really slim.
Yeah.
And her use, different use of the word. Fuck off. Just come out. Tailed says option 3, full of shit. That's true as well. It could be that Nancy Pelosi is just full of shit and trying to spin this out to make it sound better than it is. There's no way to do that. You got 2 things you can do. Just come out and admit that, yeah, she's anti-Semitic, which is not illegal. I mean, I think it's only illegal in Germany.
I suspect it's probably not even illegal there. It's just frowned upon.
But just come out and admit it. Her constituents aren't going to have a problem with it. They'll reelect her, probably with more votes than she got last time, because she's from an area where that's kind of normal. But be honest, stop fucking lying. Whoops, I didn't mean to insult the Jews. Keep waiting for her to go, the Jews need to be genocided. And then be like, well, whoops, I don't know I didn't know that was bad. Why would that be bad? I was just making jokes. If she admits she hates Jews, she will pick up alt-right votes. That's not wrong. This is one of those. I know a lot of people don't believe in unicorn theory. Sorry, not unicorn. The fuck horseshoe. Where the fuck did I get unicorn?
I was trying to think, what are you talking about? That they've never really seen one, but people think they have, or what? No.
I don't know what the fuck just happened to my brain. Let's try that again. I know a lot of people don't believe in horseshoe theory, but there are times when it's, impossible to ignore. She's actually used the exact same language as alt-righters. They hate Jews for different reasons, but they both hate Jews. Steve King got kicked off all committees for his quote, or for being quote mined. What he said was also pretty stupid.
It also wasn't his first time saying stuff like that.
Right. But again, it's not her first time saying it either, and they are trying to get her off committees and stuff, and I have no problem with that because she hates Jews.
Well, wasn't she on one of the foreign intelligence committees?
I think she's on the intelligence committee. Isn't that the one she's on?
She's on one of them that deals with like secret info on dealing with terrorists. I know that. I don't remember which committee, but
well, maybe she has some inside information.
Where she's funneling secret information to is just saying it's a legit worry at this point.
I just think she's I actually have no problem believing that, this is just how she's always talked. And she didn't realize that it would be a big deal when she got up and said it in public. Because if she said it to the people in her circle, they'd be like, yeah, Jews are bad. Jews are buying up all the Republicans with their Jew gold. Oh, God. Oh, man. Man, what a world. What a world. What else we got going? I actually have a story I saw right as we were getting ready to go live that I pulled up so we can talk about, because I'm interested in it just based on the title. Excuse me. James Colley says Foreign Affairs Committee. Thank you. Okay. I knew she was on something to do with foreigners.
Good band.
Yeah. So this article, right? It's called "There's No Shame Left in America Anymore."
Okay.
I'm glad you're going with me. And it says, shame is well and truly dead. Think of all of the things think of all we've witnessed in the past few weeks alone. Examples ranging from the outrageous to the ridiculous. Jesse Smollett, Jeff Bezos, Patriot owner Robert Kraft. What did Jeff do? Jeff just banged somebody who wasn't his wife, right? There's nothing else, is there?
Adultery's probably kind of shameful.
Well, it is, but we as a society, we've moved on. Comparing that to Smollett and Robert Kraft, who, Smollett faked a hate crime and Kraft was banging hookers.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kayak killer Angelica Grasswald convicted of letting her fiance drown in the Hudson River, posing for Elle magazine underwater in her own bathtub. I don't regret what happened, she said. Wow, what a cunt. Former New York Times executive editor Jill Abramson called out the or called out for plagiarism at least 6 passages in her book about the state of journalism, which she denied before admitting to making mistakes that nonetheless should not overshadow what I think is really interesting book. She thinks that about her own book, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm
who doesn't?
Yeah, I'm shocked. Yeah, that's actually been a fun story that hasn't gotten much coverage. She claims that she just forgot footnotes, and it's like, no, I had footnotes. First, it's in the footnotes, and it was I forgot to put it in the footnotes. Like, bitch, you took people's words word for word, threw them in your book without giving them credit. That's plagiarism.
Yup.
That's like first year journalism.
Yeah, they teach us that in high school.
Yeah.
Let's see. Michael Cohen sitting before Congress and testifying, minus any real emotion, that he's a liar and a fraud and a craven opportunist. Well, yeah.
As a craven opportunist, I'd prefer if people didn't appropriate my culture.
You know, I was listening to Nick Rakita. He was on the Kill stream, and Ralph asked him about this, and he goes, "You know what? That was surreal to watch." He's like, in any court of law, if the lawyer tried to bring in a witness who had already admitted lying to that court, the judge would laugh him out. Like, fuck no.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, let's see. The Jackson estate suing HBO rather than offering recompense, let alone apologies.
Recompense.
Hey, I was close.
You were close.
I like the way you said it.
The president cursing during a speech at CPAC. Yes, the president, he cusses from time to time.
He's allowed. He's American. God damn it.
Why the fuck is that news?
The Bachelor's entire singing hanging on whether a 27-year-old virgin will actually have sex with at least one of his finalists. She's thrown a whole bunch of shit in here, hasn't she? Let's see. As a culture, we seem to have divested ourselves of shame. Real shame, not the cheap and easy kind so easily doled out online, where anyone accused of age shaming or body shaming is expected to express, well, shame. Otherwise, there is never any reason to apologize, to admit full-on wrongdoing, let alone express deep, palpable shame over one's behavior. Hey, Peter, how you doing, man? Peter.
Peter.
Good to hear. How you doing, man?
I'm in Australia. It takes a little while to fucking connect.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that happens sometimes. It shows people in the chat before they're actually here. Don't blame Australia. Blame YouTube, man.
As long as you don't blame the Jews, right?
Her last part there, where she's talking about
I'm not even touching that.
There's never any reason to apologize. Does that 27-year-old virgin and people who are wondering if he's going to have sex really have anything to apologize for?
I wouldn't apologize for asking for sex.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure my mom wrote this article.
Damn it, Jack.
MC Whammer, thank you so much. Chat confirmed hookers gave you super AIDS, RIP. I've never had the super AIDS.
Well, that's not what chat's saying, so I guess you're wrong, buddy.
I've never been with a hooker. And I say that with a little bit of
escort, right?
A little bit of sadness in my voice, because that's an experience I will never have.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Maybe you could go to Thailand with Lady Monkey and get yourself a beautiful working girl.
There you go.
Double check to make sure it's a working girl.
Yeah, you gotta ask.
Feel that first.
Make sure she doesn't have a dick too. I think that's a Thai thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you're allowed to look.
Dicks is pretty.
Yeah, you just ask and they'll show you the goods.
So that's what Trump meant by grabbing by the pussy. He's just checking to see if they got balls or not.
Yeah, maybe he just watched Crocodile Dundee and that's how he thinks you greet people.
Yeah.
That's how we do it, Dan. Yeah.
You guys are a little more forward than we are. Let's see. We've seen it in the stance of so many #MeToo monsters who appear not just defiant but confused as to why they are cast-offs pariahs, or facing criminal court. Well, if you're talking about Louis C.K., he had consent, you cunt. There was literally nothing to be ashamed of in that situation. The only time they say he didn't have consent was when he jacked off on the phone. And how did they know that? How does she know that's what he was doing? She said she could hear it. How much time has she spent on the phone with guys jacking up? I'm just wondering.
That's a good question.
R. Kelly
just Louis C.K.
What's that?
Could ask Louis C.K. He's into that, isn't he?
He is. That's yeah.
That fell flat. Sorry.
R. Kelly just gave a truly unbelievable interview to Gayle King in which he insisted that the numerous women who have accused him of statutory rape, abuse, and of holding them hostage are all lying. Well, okay.
Are they?
It's possible. Oh, Gangavar, thank you so much. Who says, good morning from Greece. Enjoy. Wow. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Hi, Gangavar.
And I hope things are going well in Greece.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's a place. See, in my cripple state, this is one of those things. I would really love to go to Greece.
You want to get Greece in Greece? I
want to go to the tourist spots, of course. But as a lover of history, there's a lot of it over there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not down with the olives. They have way too many olives.
Yeah, olives are gross, but you'll save money by ignoring the olives and going straight to the cool stuff.
I actually like olives. I just don't put them on anything because I think they take over the taste. No, anything olives are on, that's all you can taste.
Yeah. The next thing you'll taste is the heartburn medicine that you're taking to cancel out the olives.
Is it okay? I don't know if R. Kelly did it, but if he didn't, is it shameful for him to deny doing it?
No, but if he did it, then it's pretty shameful because most of them are underage, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were. Was it 3 of the 4 were underage, and we're talking as young as 13.
Now, did he get convicted previously of something like this?
No, he was.
No, he was let out. Yeah.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Yeah. Monkey wants to go Greek. I do, but I'm a top. Sorry, guys. Lucky says he married a 14-year-old. Yeah. I mean, it's not illegal everywhere. All the stuff she's bitching about was shame. I mean, okay, yeah, if somebody did something wrong, then sure, yeah, I fucked up. When it comes to like Jussie Smollett, believe it or not, guys. Oh, Gungavar again, thank you so much. Say good things for olives and olive oil now. We'll go out of business if you don't. Look, like I said, I actually do like olives. I just don't put them on anything. I eat them plain because you're just going to taste the olive anyway. And I do like to cook with olive oil, depending on what I'm cooking.
Yeah, cooking with olive oil is a different story. That's where it's at. But I'm not a big olive fan.
Again, it's a flavor thing, though. You have to be careful.
Yeah. All things in moderation.
I love olives. I love black olives in particular for some reason.
When I was a kid, I do the olive thing on your fingers. Did y'all do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Monkey coming out of the closet. No, I'm not coming out of the closet. I want to go Greek, but I'm on top. Look, if you never take the penis in you, then you're not gay.
Yeah.
That's science, man.
It's only gay if the balls touch.
It's only gay if the balls touch. That's also science. That's been proven time and time again.
Jack, link your Streamlabs.
Oh, okay.
It says, yeah, here we are, ironically living in a perpetual outrage cycle that moves so fast we forget yesterday's controversy today because a new one has supplanted it. Why apologize when someone else will surely come along doing or saying something even more egregious? The danger is, of course, that apologies become seen as weak, remorse so rare that we barely recognize it, and that is truly a shame. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with her that maybe we need a little more shame in our society. I just think maybe her examples are wrong.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think, well, it sounds like some religious fundie from the 80s wrote this. And a lot of stuff that was like really shameful then is now kind of passe. So I don't know. I think she's going a little overboard. So I agree that we need to have more shame as far as like actually getting people to stop being gigantic douchebags. But I'm not all for giving people scarlet letters or anything.
No.
Yeah. Would she? Okay, let's say Smollett is convicted, right? Would she feel better about what he did if he came out afterwards and said, I'm sorry I did that? It doesn't change it. And I probably wouldn't believe him anyway. But I mean, anyhow. Gungavar says the roads are bad over there. Come to Michigan sometime, my friend.
Yeah, I was asking him about it considering his business. I was like, oh, I never thought about it. How are the roads really out there in Greece? Because I've never been there, never really looked at the roads. So that's sad that they're kind of sucky for what he does.
There's really narrow.
There's a joke that there's only 2 seasons in Michigan, winter and Orange Barrel.
Yeah, we share that joke.
It is horrible, man. The plows, they just tear the fucking road up, and the snow melts, and suddenly where it used to be nice to drive, it looks like a sinkhole because the road has just been destroyed by those things. And it takes them forever to fix them. And we've been here now, we moved here when I was 17. I'm 43. Somebody do the math on that. What's that, 26 years?
When I was 17.
And yeah, I can't remember being able to take a drive anywhere and not having a shitty road I have to go on. Every fucking
orange
it indicates
barrel,
construction going on.
Yeah,
I haven't heard that before.
They put up orange barrels to keep you from going off the road while they're working on stuff.
Okay. Oh, I like those orange sticks. You remember about a year ago, there was a video. Some feminist put up a video on YouTube, and there was orange sticks sticking up all over the car park, so you could see which way to go. And she was carrying on about how this is the patriarchy, fucking, like, I don't know, associating orange sticks with cock, I suppose. I'm not sure exactly why she was freaking out, but do you remember that shit?
I don't remember that.
Sounds fun.
I'll have to post it. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Michigan had an ad campaign that they used to run across the country, and for some reason they ran them here in Michigan as well, called Pure Michigan.
Yeah, Tim Allen used to do those.
This guy I don't know where he's from, but on YouTube made this parody video. He actually made several parody videos of it, and that one right there is specifically about our roads. And if you lived here, you'd be like, yep, that is all too sad. But check those out when you get a second. Gungavar hands you an American muscle car. Gungavar, you ever been over here to the States?
Should come visit.
Yeah, definitely.
Gungavar,
go ahead.
You're a fucking champion, man. The amount of donations I've seen. And it's usually in euros too. You're a legend.
Yeah, but he's not donating anymore to these olive oil haters over here. I love olive oil.
I don't hate olive oil. Or olives. I don't prefer to eat them.
They're delicious.
Well, it's a taste thing, you know.
And you have none apparently.
Well,
yeah, they're too bitter. Fuck olives.
Ugh, you guys are such heathens.
I'm going to leave this on the screen for just a little while. Eve found a shirt for me.
No, I saw it. I'm not looking. I'm clicking away.
Although it should be beef. I need one of those with beef because that's awesome. I would actually wear that shirt. I wonder if I can make that. Probably not on Teespring. That's got to be a special made.
Yeah,
anyhow,
Teespring doesn't wrap around like that. You only get the image in the middle.
And thank you, Eve, for sharing that with me. That's awesome. Plus, it annoys Dax, which makes me happy.
Shouldn't that be shrimp instead of chicken too? They prefer shrimp.
I eat the beef. Polly is the shrimp. Speaking of Polly, hey dude, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. How are we, gentlemen?
Polly.
Most of us are good. Dax is upset about a shirt.
I'm a little upset about a shirt.
I'm not upset because I got a Streamlabs donation from John Migda.
Yeah, he's a good dude too. I like it.
Yes.
What's wrong? What's the deal with the shirt?
Oh, I'll show you in just a
No,
second.
stop.
Was there a message attached to that you wanted to read, Jack?
No, he didn't have a message on there.
Okay.
Just give me a donation. It was really nice of him, though.
General praise for the John. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, John's awesome. Here you go. This is the shirt that Eve tagged me with.
Stop showing it.
Nice.
It's on Twitter. You can look there. Why do you do this?
This
to
is
me?
fucking awesome because I think the audience wants to see it.
No, they should go follow you on Twitter. They can find it there.
I wonder if that shirt's hard unless you dip it in water.
Ew, a crusty shirt.
Crusty shirt.
Ugh.
That's an awesome shirt. Anyhow, how was your International Women's Day, Polly?
Full of fun. I have an ongoing fascination with activation of media assets, and today it has been an ongoing fun fest with Captain Marvel and and online reviews and ratings, and we're gonna delete 54,000 reviews, and then we're going to send a bunch of our assets and media to publish stories explain that oops, it was a bug, but it's okay. There never really were 58,000 reviews where we deleted 54,000 of them. That caused the percentage to spike from a low of 31 back up to 36, and now it's sitting at
Is it
50
something, right?
Yeah, 50 is the audience score with 19,122 ratings.
Did you happen to notice that the critic score, not the audience score, the critic score has slowly been going down all day?
Yeah, it started 82. I'm reading 79, but at least the review counts are steadily rising and now currently at 329. I'm having fun watching this. It's like Rotten Tomatoes. Y'all rotten. Like whatever's going on, y'all suck. And it's whenever you need some serious help to tell people what you want them to be told, you go to the Huffington Post because no one does it quite like them.
Sean says, Monkey, you invited Polly and Chaos, and not Chaos. I think she's upset.
I did
so you
already
guys know
her.
there are 3 people who have a permanent invite to this channel. It's Jack, Dax, and Polly because I enjoy talking with them. We always have a great time together. They don't have to come, but yeah. It's not like I went, oh, Polly, here you go. So nobody take offense to that. It's just that's how it goes.
You forgot Bear. Bear usually gets a standing invitation too. He's not usually awake.
I have a question for you. Yeah, if I see Bear, I shoot him an invite immediately. But Polly, I have questions for you. Are you trans?
No, I'm not a drunken rambler like Alyssa Milano. So no, I'm not trans.
Are you a person of color?
Nope.
Are you an immigrant?
To North America, yeah. I guess the Aboriginals are the only ones that can claim not if we want to be woke. So
Are you a lesbian?
No, I'm not.
A gay man?
No.
Or disabled?
Some people would argue yes, but no, not actually.
Huh. So you're not like Kirk and Alyssa, huh?
Who is the Kirk that she was talking to?
He's just some rando who answered her.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Usually she only talks to people that have that blue check mark and a lot of followers.
Of course.
I think she's reaching out. I think she's trying to talk to the little man who she's not.
I think her publicist answered that.
I was just talking to some people in Discord earlier, and that's when somebody put that tweet up, and I was just baffled by it. Like when they put it up, I'm like, I need context. I'm like, there is none. I'm like, no, seriously, I need some context. Like, no, Polly, there is none. I was like, okay.
There is a tiny bit of context there. She said that on International Women's Day, she wanted to support trans women, and he asked her, "Are you trans?" And that's how she reacted.
Okay, I know what you mean. Okay, I get what you mean by saying there's a little bit of context there, but
it's tiny.
But not much, man. That doesn't really explain it. Like that sounds like I said to them, that sounds really medicated. It doesn't sound funny. It just sounds Like,
No.
what, you just get a shot of Demerol and you're completely euphoric? What do you? I'm trans. I'm an alien.
It's the idea that we're all the same. That's what she was trying to get at. It doesn't matter. What she should have said is, you know what? It doesn't matter if I'm trans. I still support trans people. And instead, she came off with, I am everyone. Like, bitch, that sounds crazy.
Borg Queen looking
She's
motherfucker.
every woman.
That one.
Jack sang that earlier for us.
Really? Oh, that's,
Yeah.
That's good to know. That's why
Great
we get
minds.
along on
No, here's the
Conflict
question, though.
Creation.
Do you know any more words to that song? Because we all only know the one line.
It's all in me. Is the next line.
Well, there you
It's
go.
all in her.
I am
What the-
every
like,
woman. It's all in me. That sounds hoary.
Well,
Was she pulling a train?
Sounds like.
It's
Anything
dripping
you
out
want done,
all on
baby?
my leg.
Man, I want to talk about something else real quick, guys. There's this guy named Gene Friedman. He's a New Yorker who lost his cab business. He had over 800 of their medallions, which, by the way, guys, those are expensive as fuck. But he lost them because of cheating on his taxes. And he's kind of a scumbag.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of a scumbag. But the article that came up today about him is that he was in court for not paying his child support. Which, again, kind of a scumbag, right?
Mhm.
For one daughter, he is $420,000 behind on his child support.
does it say over how long?
No,
Wow.
no. But he has another child, a boy, with, and I'm not making this up, the New York Post, the only thing they refer to her as is his baby's mama. That
Gangster.
he's paid at least $200,000 on. And he was
All right.
behind at one point by $100,000 to this kid.
Well, obviously he likes the boy better because he's paying on that one, at least a little.
Well, he was almost thrown in court for not paying on it. So, actually, according to court records, his parents paid that for him.
Jeez.
And his ex-wife is trying to get his financials because she just doesn't believe that his mom had that kind of money. He thinks he's trying to hide his money through his mom.
He's pulling a Tonka.
Yeah,
Make his grandma do it.
but trying to hide his money so that they can't get at it because he's telling the court, "Look, I'm broke."
If he's got 800 medallions, there's no way he's broke.
Not any. They took those from him.
Yeah, but after they took those, I'm sure he still had some money because there's no way.
Not if he's paying $400,000 in child support.
We don't know over how long that was because
Well-
having 800 medallions requires a lot of money. So he has 800 cabs out there. You don't let those things just sit there. You get those working for you. So he had 800 cabs out there working for him every day. You know, there's just no way he didn't have any money. So he probably is stashing some because that's mainly a cash business.
Hell yeah.
So he's skimming some off the top, I'd be willing to bet. He's probably got a big pile of gold coins in his mom's backyard buried somewhere.
I'm trying to imagine how long a normal. Okay. How much do you think a child should need for child support?
I don't know. What's the ask the socialists? They know what a equitable, reasonable minimal income is.
Well, it's not income for the child. It's to help take care of the child.
No, but based off of like, this is the minimal allowable income for somebody who has one child. And it's like, okay, let's go off of that. Like, do you know what I mean?
Okay, we can actually use that. For a family of 4, using the MIT calculator for a livable wage, it costs $66,000 a year. That's for a family of 4.
One person needs to be bringing in 66 grand for 4 people.
Between the mom and dad, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. So a total income of 66 grand.
Total income of 66,000
for 4 people. I would have thought
4 people.
Okay. I would have thought they would have pushed it higher for the hell of it. Okay.
The way it's usually done is based off of your level of income. They take a percentage and give it to the kid.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's part of my issue here. Is because look, that money's not going to this kid. That kid is not running around with all this bling while mom's living poor.
Right.
It's going to her.
Yeah.
And
But she's the one with custody of the kid. So
it just seems to me that child support these days has just become a replacement for alimony.
Agreed.
Because you never hear about alimony anymore.
no, it's been largely phased out. Thanks, equal rights. Instead, they just give them a ton of child support money.
A friend of mine, his brother, is paying palimony. How often do you hear about that?
Jesus.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's that guy.
Palimony.
That guy will MGTOW you, man. Listening to him talk, it's like, wow, you're a bitter old man, and I find it hard to blame you. It's like a woman he never married, has no children with, and he's paying her money every month or going to jail.
Yep.
What the
I
fuck?
need
What is-
these.
Palimony. I've never even heard of that before.
It's
What is
alimony for a woman you haven't married that you were cohabit. The laws vary state to states. I would be willing to bet, although I don't know, that some states don't even have palimony as a extant thing. But it's like, someone you cohabitated with, like your live-in woman, and she has a job, she works, and she's still getting palimony payments from him every month.
So it's kind of like a de facto relationship here. I think if you live with somebody for over 6 months or 12 months,
Mhm.
whether you're married or not, it's the same sort of thing. If you split up, then they can sue you for
You're
What?
a bastard.
See,
Yep.
I feel the need to channel the 1-ton hammer here for a second. There's the reason that the 3 principles of MGTOW, as Hammer sees it, no kids, no cohabitation, no marriage.
Yeah.
And
Real
it's
quick,
like, that's
Sarah Plyer, you're a hero. You're a hero.
Shit, she gave you a picture. I gave you a goddamn link to Amazon in the side chat there.
Oh, she gave me a whole site. They have shirts, they have pants. Yeah.
I used to like Sarah.
All still on Amazon. There's links to that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Back to that. Yeah, the tenets of
Hi, by the way.
and
Hello.
hi, Eve, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How about
chaos.
The tenets of I'd have a hard time arguing with them. If I was a single man these days, the idea of getting married, or living with a woman or having a kid, you're fucked, man. Oh, I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna take pictures of myself and send it to Dax. Check this one out, guys.
Please don't.
Let's
Ew! Do not send me pictures of that.
Oh my god.
No, it's
Oh
a jumper. Oh my god.
that is great.
It is a jumper. How much is
Goddamn
a ramen jumper?
onesie.
Holy shit, that's $59. Wow.
Well, good. I know you're not going to get it now, so it's all good.
I'm gonna send you one for Christmas.
Oh my god! If you send me a ramen thing,
What will be wrong with that?
I might set it on fire.
Oh wait, Les Milo asked, "What is this podcast about, please?"
It's
This
What?
is
You don't have a
this-
talking line for this monkey? We need to develop one for you.
so I got you. Listen. This is how Monkey strokes his ego. He has all these people on and we listen to him talk. So
Yeah, look, it's me being bored and asking people to come chat with me.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And what it's about,
Everything and anything.
exactly, Peter, exactly. It
it's the
depends
Seinfeld of podcasts.
Seinfeld.
It's about nothing and everything. It's Alyssa Milano, is what it is. God,
Poor Alyssa.
I just don't know if I would have kids if I was single these days.
No, fuck that.
They're used as a way to punish if anything goes wrong.
Yeah, it's been kind of indoctrinated in, I would say, the vast majority of women to weaponize their children when it suits their needs.
Well, just to inject a little comedy into it before it gets too dark, I just had a flashback to a Simpsons episode when they're picking teams on the schoolyard, and Bart and Lisa are, I want so-and-so, I want so-and-so, you know what I mean? Millhouse gets left to last, but the teams are uneven. So it's like, or the teams are already even. So Bart and Lisa are yelling at each other. You take Milhouse. I don't want Milhouse. I don't want Milhouse either. And Milhouse starts crying and says, it's just like my parents' divorce. I'm like, oh no, that's so dark.
Okay, I have to ask you this, Eve. Real quick, thank you, Gungavar, for the donation. Olive and olive oil is known to make your manhood go up. Sorry for destroying the chat. Just a fun moment. Damn olive haters. I don't hate olives. I just don't like
love
them
olives.
things.
Are you really about to ask me the same questions you asked them?
I will, but I have to ask you. No, but you sent that link, right?
Uh-huh.
To Amazon. And when I opened it up, the size that comes up on this is Asian 3XL.
I noticed that.
Not
It's
very
weird.
big. That's like a medium here.
No, I think 3X is like our large.
No, it's tiny. It's very small.
Eh.
When they say Asian size, it means like tiny, tiny child size.
Can you get American size? No.
Well, the
It's
only
all
one
in
that's in
Asian
American size is the hoodie.
That's
At least on
weird.
Also, there might be from other sellers. You have to poke around a little bit, maybe find it.
That's okay. Eve,
Mm-hmm.
are you trans?
Yes. Obviously, yes.
Are you a person of color?
No,
Are you an immigrant?
not that I'm aware of.
Are you a lesbian?
Yes.
Are you a gay man?
No.
Are you disabled?
No. I'll
Huh.
think about that one for a second.
I'm trying to find somebody just like Alyssa so I can get some insight on this.
Well, I you know.
Medium for the US, it's skinny for the rest of the world. Not Britain. They're getting as fat as we are. The UK, man, they got a fat problem. And they don't even have ranch, so it's not like they have an excuse. They don't have ranch, they don't have the good cereals, man.
They're getting fed off all their boring food.
Mr. Moose says, "Where is this going?" Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah. No, that,
Like we have a direction, really? You are new.
We're going
Where
that
do
way.
you want it? Where do you want it to go, Mr. Moo?
Yeah, if you have a
Just out of
topic,
curiosity.
if you have a
I did
topic,
see
throw it out there.
I did see a couple of replies to Alyssa Milano. A couple of people were like, there was like one guy who was like, "I'm gay, and honey, you are not being a good ally right now. Just stop." And I was like, "Oh my god, that's glorious."
She's the best ally ever because she's everyone.
Yeah,
She doesn't have
exactly.
to be an ally because she is everyone.
Right?
I'm
Everybody
curious.
needs to be an ally to her.
He was like, "I understand what you're trying to do. You're not helping to stop."
Yeah,
Sounds like she was on ecstasy or something. When that kind of, I love you, I love me, I love trees, I love everybody. I'm me, I'm you.
well,
I think she
you're
was
not
fucking
wrong.
high when she wrote that.
The problem, no, you know the problem. Alyssa Milano never had a childhood. What we're seeing right now on Twitter, this is Alyssa Milano in her late teens, early 20s.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true.
So she was. There's a word for this. When something is delayed, it's retarded. Development was retarded.
All right, I replied to her. All right, you can add deluded. I am deluded. She said, I am this, I am that.
Oh,
I said,
yeah.
you can, I am deluded. That sort of fits in pretty well.
You're not wrong. Did you see everybody freaking out about Jesse Smollett getting his 16 charges?
Yeah, they always charge you with a bunch of shit and knock a bunch of them off from plea.
Yeah,
Well, even if he gets like the maximum amount of time for all of those, he's looking at 3 years.
right. I feel like I still am going with 6 months. I think he'll get a slap on the hand, have to go to county for a little bit.
I think if he pleads it right, he'll get just probation and never
Yep.
have to touch a jail cell.
I want him to go to jail and get a slap on the ass.
I think
Yeah, he'll end up going to rehab or something. Celebrities always end up going to rehab for 28 days
I'm
or
going to go to
whatever.
rehab for making up racist lies.
He'll do some community service where he's got to pick up trash or talk to kids or whatever. He won't get any real time. I doubt he'll spend a day in jail.
With
He's
his biggest,
I hope he does. He fucking deserves it.
You're not wrong, but with as big as this is, I don't see how they can keep from giving him at least something. There's going to have to be something that he has to pay for this.
Nah, they'll fine him a bunch of money. The only real hope of him doing any jail time is if the feds go after him for the fake letter.
Yeah, that's something he needs. They're still looking into that, y'all. And federal charges, that's no joke, man. What was that one we just saw the other day? The homeless guy and the prissy bitch who he gave his last $20 to, man. Those charges, he's facing 10 years, she's facing 20.
Yeah, they're dumb.
It's pretty stupid.
Yeah, he's getting it for what is it, fraud, and she's getting it for no, he's getting wire fraud. She's getting wire fraud. Sorry, and he's getting money laundering. I think it was. No, not laundering. Fuck, we just read this yesterday. God damn it. That's how my brain works now, y'all. Anyhow, let's find something else to chat about. Polly,
Yes.
you want to get married and have babies?
Yep.
Oh dear Jesus.
Holly.
Nope. Thank you. Yes, don't forget the white powder in the fake letter. Yeah, that's what's going to get him. And that's a terrorist threat.
He'll be
From
fine.
my understanding, all 16 charges were related to the lies that he told.
Yeah, I mean, what's the tech?
Like he wasn't charged with anything other than basically lying to the police.
Yeah, that's state charges, though. The feds will go after him for the letter once the state thing wraps up.
Wait a minute. 16?
16.
What are you talking about?
Jesse Smollett.
Yeah, okay. Well, I gathered that, but like, what he has? I thought he had one charge of disorderly conduct. Or
Well,
whatever.
here I have a story.
Oh, okay.
An Illinois grand jury has indicted Empire actor Jesse Smollett on 16 felony counts of disorderly conduct for filing a false police report.
Huh.
So he's getting it for several different things related to it.
He'll be fine.
Probably.
I'm too black-pilled on this. He'll be fine. Like, people took Paul Manafort's thing harsh, like his 4-year sentence, and I'm like, what do you mean? He was a hyper cooperative witness. Like, and it's like, oh well, he lied. Yeah, and that's most of what he was charged with was for lying. What's your point? Like it.
Let's see. The first set of the jury returned 2 sets of charges. The first set is related to what Smollett told officers about the attack, including that they called him a racial and homophobic slur, struck him with their hands and put a noose around his neck and poured some sort of chemical on him. The second set of charges is related to the second interview Smollett had with the police about the alleged attack later that day. So they hit him for, instead of just lying to him, he's getting it for every lie both times he told it.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why it was so many, because they just got him for every time he told it.
Good job, dumbass.
I have to show this to you guys real quick because it's related to what we've been talking about.
Boobies?
No.
I like the boobies. Oh, God, I can't read that.
It's Alyssa Milano's tweet and the reply.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Riley just goes, what?
Come on, Riley. She's being a good ally.
I was just like, no, this is fantastic. This is great.
You know shit. If Riley's fucking criticizing you, then you know you're fucked.
Everybody on the SJW side of things is like, no, stop. You took this too far. Dial it back, son.
But isn't that what she's supposed? I mean, isn't she supposed to be an ally like that, where she feels like she's them, so she can?
I mean, I guess.
Well, that's how she can champion for all the minorities.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
She relates.
Now she has to sleep with Riley or be transphobic.
That's true. Take that, Riley. No, but see, Riley only wants to sleep with lesbians. That's the great thing about Riley and his crap is that he didn't put that out to straight women. That was to gay women, guys. That was to lesbians.
I got to be able to claim some kind of disability such that I can demand Alyssa Milano to sleep with me.
I'm gonna be
Not sure
quiet.
that's how it works, is it?
I
You
I
need
can
to ask for
temporarily be.
consent.
No, because if I am asking for consent, but if she doesn't give me her consent, I can claim that she's some sort of bigot. You see.
Indeed.
Right. Yeah, good point.
Oh, what in the holy fuck is this? All right, here we go. Private school teacher accused of holding mock slave auction.
Oh.
Did
You're
this
still
just
presenting me,
happen?
by the
Like,
way.
What was that, Jack?
what? Chaos, go ahead.
I was gonna say you're still presenting me, by the way.
Okay, what were you asking, Jack?
Did this just happen like a couple months ago?
I'm not sure. A white fifth grade teacher at a private school in Tony, Bronxville, is accused of holding a mock slave auction in which black students were put in imaginary chains while their white classmates were urged to bid on them as she played auctioneer.
Fuck.
Vernex
man.
Harding. Okay. Vernex Harding, the mom of one of the 3 black students in the social studies class at the Chapel School in Westchester County, I'm sure Barrow will hate how I said that, said her child told her that the teacher took him and the other 2 kids, both girls, into the hallway earlier this week and started to put imaginary chains on her necks, our wrists, and shackles on her ankles.
What? I'm sorry, just real quick. What is it that makes it a chapel school? Is that the name of the private?
I don't know. That's it. Just the Chapel School is all in capitals, so I'm guessing that's the name of it.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I was just wondering what the hell that was referring to. All right, sorry, go ahead.
I was in shock, Harding told the Post on Friday. The black students were then brought back into the classroom where the white kids were pushed to bid on them while the teacher, Rebecca Antonozzi, acted as the auctioneer, the mom said. And they got in...
Sorry. I'm just picturing her doing the whole, and we got 235, the whole thing.
When they got inside the classroom, she started a bidding process going 100, 200, and said to one of the other kids, "You're a healthy white man," and started bidding at 300. The alleged incident happened Tuesday at a pre-K through 8th grade school where the annual tuition runs up to $14,000.
That's it.
So they've already paid once.
Yeah, oh, fuck. He was humiliated, Harding said of her child. "My son doesn't want to see her again, and I don't want to see her again." Okay. Yeah, I mean...
So what was the point of that?
I don't know.
I would imagine, just as a guess, to educate students as to the horrors of slavery, like that sort of thing. Like, what if you were in this position? Kind of make it real. That would be my best guess.
Okay. Antonozzi's lawyer, Jordan Brooks, said in a statement, "The portrayal of the history lesson that has been reported is inaccurate, out of context, contains false facts, and ignores the overwhelming support of Miss Antonozzi from dozens of parents at the school, including several letters of support from African-American parents with children who have been taught by Miss Antonozzi. Miss Antonozzi loves her students and is beloved by them. To the extent anyone took offense to a small portion of the overall lesson that day that was used solely to emphasize the tragic injustice of slavery, it certainly was never intended." You pretended to put the black kids in chains and had the white kids bid on them. I wonder what the top bid was.
Yeah.
I
Did
wonder.
they actually get to, like, once they bought the slaves, did they actually get to boss them around for the day? And
It doesn't say.
They were just
wonder if they actually act like slaves.
no, they were just handed a flog and were allowed to hit them for a little while.
Beat them until they said their name was Toby.
Until the period was over.
Oh, dear God. If there's any truth to that, I mean, take a look at the calendar, sweetheart. How could you possibly think that was going to be okay? Ooh, here we go. Survey reveals what's at the top of men and women's sex bucket list.
That sounds good.
Mine personally is just having sex again. That'd be great.
Why is this playing? There's no way to stop it.
Sex is awesome.
Okay. If you've ever gotten frisky in a car, whispered seductively over the phone, or used food in the bedroom, your sex life is the envy of millions, according to new research.
Millions need to get better standards. Jesus.
Yeah, those are tame. Come on. If you really want to, mix all of those together. Call somebody on the phone while you're banging your girlfriend in the salad bar at Wendy's.
Wow.
A survey of 2,000 Americans found a huge number have a sex bucket list with certain things they would love to be able to tick off. Who knows what's on mine?
Midget.
Thank you. Yes. Just bang a midget. That would be awesome.
Spinning a midget on your cock. Isn't that the thing?
Yes. She needs to hold her legs while I spin her like a top on my dick.
Yeah.
I just think that would be awesome. Hopefully she has good balance. Let's see. At the top of Americans' sexual bucket lists are having sex in a car. Really? Sex in a body of water and using a sex toy.
Actually, the body of water thing is on my list.
How vanilla are people, though? I mean, this is just lazy. I want her dressed up like a Puritan with a scarlet letter while I'm banging her in the ass at the Salem witch house.
Yes.
Now, that's sex.
Yes. All of these are things you can do pretty easily. I mean, if you have a car, just go fuck in your car.
I've done the car, the ocean, and food. So yay!
Why was your car the ocean?
Well, not everyone's as good a driver as you, Jack. Things happen.
Just saying.
And sex in a car, it's not what it's cracked up to be.
My seats went all the way back, so it was cool.
It's still cramped. I mean, I need room.
Well, you don't do it on the driver's side. The steering wheel's there.
Well, any side, there's not a lot of room.
Well, and it gets harder to do that as you get older. So
in your car?
And not everybody drives like what do you got, like a subcompact smart car or whatever? Like that's
me. No, I have a minivan. Fucking in a minivan.
Oh my god, you
put all the seats down. You got plenty of room. But I haven't had sex in a car since I was like 20. And me and Lady Monkey went out there and like, Jesus Christ, there's no room. So go in the house and fuck.
Sex in a body of water too. That's not as good as it's cracked up to be.
It's not.
The water fucks with the lube and it gets kind of dry and not dry. That's probably the wrong word, but it gets rough. It's not as good as it sort of sounds.
Yeah, water doesn't make a good lube. MC Warmer, thank you.
No.
Midget clown hookers gave you super AIDS. I haven't been with a midget. Damn it. But Ramen Noodles, hang on, says, so no watching your sister-in-law getting plowed from behind by your wife. What the fuck are you watching, dude?
Mm-hmm.
So you're the one who keeps pulling that up on Pornhub to make it so high. Anyhow,
yeah, that's that stepsister shit.
So you've looked too, huh? Let's see. Rounding out the top 5 items are trying anal sex. I'm betting that's the guys. And having a one-night stand. These are pretty vanilla. And don't have a one-night stand, you'll wake up with a lifetime itch.
Yeah, that's how you get the herpaderps.
The survey of 2,000 sexually active American adults found that 64% have a sexual bucket list consisting of different sex acts and kinks they'd like to try between the sheets. You don't need sheets for most of what they put there. And let's see. 1 in 4 have already managed to cross an item off their list this year. Good for them. Commissioned by Pager, makers of premium personal lubricants, and conducted by One Poll, the survey found that men are more likely to have a sexual bucket list and are more likely to have crossed something off. 32% to 19%. See, that's why we need International Women's Day. Yes, so women can get a sex bucket list. Seth H, thank you. I just Googled where you can buy a midget. It says for $420 you can own a midget. I'm not sure about the shipping cost.
Can own a midget. That sounds pretty cool. Wait, what was that? Have you got a link for that?
There's actually places where you can rent midgets. You can rent them. They come out. Yeah.
You can rent a midget.
Yeah. The
Awesome.
problem is they're all male midgets, and I don't want to rent a male midget. I'm not looking for a little man to run behind me. You know, if I could run a midget and just have him run the whole time he was with me, I would die laughing, but that would be worth it.
Pay $400 a day just to see him run around and maybe try and do some cartwheels or something. That'd be cool.
If I had Bezos' money, I would have an army of midgets that did nothing but run. Just so anytime I needed a laugh, I could look over. I'd change them out. I mean, they wouldn't have to do it, just one at a time, take turns, whatever. As long as midgets are running, I'm a happy man.
Yeah, give them shifts. They could have like 3-hour shifts.
Yeah, I would just have a circular track built around me with glass windows so I can watch. You guys ever seen midgets run? It's the greatest thing ever. Their cute little arms swaying side to side.
Some people take up model railroading. Monkey just hires midgets to run around.
Yeah, I mean, it would be awesome. And then people come over and go, "What the fuck is that?" And like watch and just look.
I tagged you in a video a couple of days ago with like a midget boxing championship. I don't know if you watched that or not. Did you see the way the little dude, the first guy, ran in and he's kind of like hopping around?
Yes.
Throwing fucking shadow punches and shit. It was fucking hilarious. First thing, every time I see a midget, the first thing I think of is you for some reason.
I appreciate that.
Maybe I associate you with midgets now.
Sam says, "Dude, I would pay serious money to own Gemma Suicide. That is one beautiful midget." I'm not familiar with her. I'll have to look her up.
I feel like watching Little Women LA now.
I like them bitches fight, man. Oh wait,
yeah, that's feisty.
The first thing that comes up with Gemma Suicide is, oh, I know her. I didn't know that was her name. Okay, yeah, she's a porn actress. Yeah, she's cute. She does some dirty stuff too. Let's see. When split by gender, major differences were revealed between respondents' lists. Really? Who here is shocked by the fact that men and women have different bucket lists for sex?
Nope.
Exactly. Let's see. Women's lists were topped by using a sex toy. 28% of women want to use a sex toy. Go to a shop or you're online now. Jesus Christ. So let's see. Women want a sex toy, sex in a body of water, and car sex. Top items on a men's list were car sex, sex in a body of water, and anal sex. These guys are boring as fuck.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Who'd they interview?
I said, the question is,
Sorry,
do the men want to receive or give?
Give, I promise you.
I don't know, man, because I've heard some crazy shit. You know, it's funny that you're talking about this because the way they'd have you believe is that the top kink out there right now is cuckolding, and that everybody wants to be in on that, even though it's really just a small group of people trying to justify their kink and make it popular. And it's like, no, if that's your thing, y'all, it's fine, but everybody does not want to do that shit.
It's not surprising that Americans are trying new things in the bedroom, with respondents saying their top regret from last year was not having as much sex as they would have liked. Well, have more sex. I've been preaching this. Have more sex, people.
Just do it.
Don't pull that shit. I'm tired from work. Suck it up. Especially if you're a woman, all you gotta do is lay there for fuck's sake, and he'll take care of everything. Now, I realize that is not the optimal sex, but I mean, it's that still works.
Well, it depends.
The vagina, all you gotta do is go ahead.
Oh, sorry,
Jack. What were you saying?
You cut out on me there. No, it depends. She could lay there and maybe put on some light blue makeup and lay her down on a big metal table, and you could pretend you're in a mortuary.
See, that's easy to do. No fuss, no muss.
That's how you do a bucket list.
Shit.
It annoys me when women tell me they're too tired for sex. because
Just whip it out. Ask
you don't
for
have to do
consent.
anything. Take your pants
Yeah.
down and lay there. You'll be fine. Shh, just let it happen. Anyhow, let's see what else we have going on here.
I got one for you.
What you got?
Screen share. Brianna Wu calls for government legislation in response to negative Captain Marvel reviews.
Is that the article? Do you have the article
It's
or
not
just a
the
picture?
article. I'm trying to find the article right now. Because I saw Shu tweeted out this screenshot of it. I'm like, oh hell no.
Yeah, somebody brought that up to us on the show, and for those of you wondering what show, it's Lords of the Night, 9 p.m. Eastern. There's a schedule down below. Calls for. There it is.
It's bounding into comics.
Yeah, here's the Brianna Wu calls for government legislation in response to negative Captain Marvel reviews. In last year's midterm race for seats in the United States House of Representatives, anti-Gamergate personality and Revolution 60 developer Brianna Wu ran as a Democrat candidate and got her ass kicked in the primary election for Massachusetts' 8th congressional district. Despite her political inexperience, Wu garnered 22% of the district's votes, but ultimately lost the election to her incumbent opponent, Stephen Lynch, however you say it. Get to the point where she's talking about this. I don't give about that fuck. During the conversation, Chang asked Wu, I feel like we need Cryptic here to read this. Chang asked Wu about her feelings regarding the narrative that the upcoming film Captain Marvel and lead actress Brie Larson were being harassed due to the emphasis on a strong female superhero. Quote, it's kind of a familiar story at this point, right? We were here with Ghostbusters. It seems like anytime a woman steps forward and tries to put her toe in the water for a male-dominated field, we're right back here. Yeah, tell me about Wonder Woman again. Chang then asked Wu if she believes large tech companies have made changes in the fight against harassment, to which Wu cites Facebook's recent announcement shift towards policy as a result of women being harassed online. Quote, Chang, social media platforms, have they say been working hard. Twitter has made a lot of changes to fight online harassment, but does this go to show that they're not getting or doing it enough? Wu responded, your first story was about Facebook moving to more privacy. I feel like part of the backlash of women just being exhausted with being targeted online, it makes sense that people would want to move towards more private social profiles. I think it's hand in hand. I think it's just exhausting for all of us dealing with this stuff. You don't have to deal with any of this shit. Shut up. Where does she get to the part where she calls for legislation? Oh, yeah, here it is. Chang asks, they're trying to get it under control and we'll see what more private Facebook looks like. But does this mean we need legislation? Wu responded, I think there's a certain role in Washington for us to address. You're not in Washington. For us to address what women face both in tech industry and what users face on the other side. Something we've seen is really big promises from Facebook and Twitter and Reddit and all these companies that they're going to address this situation. For me, looking at this in 2019, it's hard for me to point to one thing that has concretely changed for women in the tech industry. So I do think Washington has a role to play. Chang asks, so what does that regulation look like? She says, I think it starts with letting these companies know that Washington is going to take it seriously. In the video game industry, famously, they held hearings about violence in the 90s. And then the video game industry looked at it and said, oh, if we don't get serious about this, they're going to regulate our field. And then our industry formed the ESRB and self-regulated, and it works amazingly well. So what you want to put a rating system on my comments? Seriously, how do those go together?
I mean, that's what they do on Reddit. You can upvote and downvote comments.
But that's not the same as going, oh, his comments rated M, That's mature.
Oh, like rating. I thought you meant like people can upvote and downvote
no.
it based on that.
No, no, no.
Rating system.
She compared this to the ESRB, which is the video games industry's version of the movie rating system.
Yeah.
But she's talking about harassment online, or people talking about Brie Larson and how much they do or don't want to see Captain Marvel. Sam says, isn't that basically the social credit system? It sounds like it.
At the rate it's going, I'm gonna wait and see it when it comes to Netflix because I'm just not worth. It's not worth going to see in the theater right now.
I feel like I should be rated IM for immature. I need to get a little ratings thing made up. Immature.
I say I am for intelligent man. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
You're not immature.
Mr. Moose says all likes, dislikes, and comments need to be rated by the FBI. Yeah, that's what that's what she's making it sound like. You're talking about people who don't like something or being assholes online.
No, you're talking about dissenters, and that is unacceptable.
All those bot accounts.
Yeah, I mean, people that are disagreeing with how awesome a woman movie is are clearly not only inhuman bots, they're Russian on top of that. So you are double evil, plus if you have a penis, you're triple evil. There's so much wrong with you that you should be sent to the dark side of the moon.
Especially if you have a white penis.
Yeah, well, that's the worst kind.
Polly.
Yes.
Did you see the Krasensteins today talking about they don't want their leader to be a Russian?
No.
Let's see if I can find that goddamn post. Where was that at? Oh, here it is. This is from Brian, by the way. The more retarded looking one. I'm tired of a president who's above the law. I'm sick of a man representing us who I am embarrassed of. I'm tired of worrying about what our president may do next. I'm an American, not a Russian. I want a president to lead us who has our interests at heart. I fucking love these guys. It's like they let the retarded kids play with a keyboard.
Yeah.
They're like the personification of this whole Trump derangement syndrome shit.
Oh, they are. They are. Do you follow them on Twitter, Peter?
No, I don't. I can't fucking. I follow Riley, Anna, Kasparian, Christy, a whole bunch of those people, but no, those dudes, I can't stomach those dudes.
Those people are rank amateurs, man. You need the Krasensteins in your life because they're amazing, man. It's awesome. Did you guys see Trump signing Bibles?
Yeah, they're top tier shit.
Did you guys see Trump signing Bibles today?
What?
Whatever. Yeah, he was at an Alabama church, and people asked him to sign their Bibles.
That's funny though.
Let me guess. That was racist somehow, wasn't it? Or...
It's weird. There were most people were just like, that's weird. Usually you get the book signed by somebody who wrote it.
God Emperor Trump, come on.
That's a little cringy.
It is. Look, President Trump, I get it. If they ask you to sign it, I mean, okay. But that's weird. I'm not even sure how to process it.
It's kind of like getting someone to sign your titties. You know, they do that.
They're mine now. My name on them. They belong to me. Nobody else can touch them now. They're mine.
I don't get that. And it seems to me that would be disrespectful. But yeah.
It kind of is when you think about it. Getting Donald Trump to sign a Bible, that is a little fucking bizarre.
It is.
Proves he's not Satan though, because he touched the Bible.
A lot of people are saying that they'd like to have it. That's cool. I mean, if that would be, to me, that just seems weird because, like I said, you get a book signed by the author, or like if it's a comic book, having the artist or the inker or somebody who was involved in actually making it. I like Trump when he does some things. I don't like him when he does other things. But with this one, it's just like, huh? What? I want Trump to sign a Quran for me. Now that I would do. If I could get Trump to sign the Quran, that would be fucking awesome.
There is a possibility that Trump is a character in the Bible, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because who comes back near the end of the book? Jesus.
Oh.
my God. You need to stop right now.
Just saying. Coincidence? I think not.
I think you're, yeah, you need to stop.
Maybe that's why he doesn't like Mexicans. They're all named Jesus, and he feels that's an affront.
It's cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I've cracked the code. Trump is Jesus. You're welcome.
I really do want a signed Quran from Trump. If somebody could get that for me, that would be obvious.
You're all going to
Obvious.
hell.
That's not right. I just read the word obvious when I was trying to say awesome.
And I'm probably driving a bus, to be honest.
Yeah.
Look, if there's a hell, I have a first class ticket to the darkest parts of it, and I'm okay with that. Let's see. I know there were other things I wanted to talk about tonight, and they've all kind of just left my brain. I've had that kind of thing. My son's coming up tomorrow. We get to meet his girlfriend for the first time.
Oh, fun.
The sun
Take
will
pictures.
come up tomorrow.
Don't tell her
Let's-
that you're a monkey on the internet. That'll probably scare her.
It's kind of weird because, like with my other two children, we were there like when they started dating. Like the first time my middle son, when he started dating the girl that he's gonna marry, they like came by the house because he had to pick something. So we met her like immediately. And with my daughter's husband, we've known him since he was like 14. So this is like the first time we're having that come home to meet your parents thing. And Lady Monkey's told me I have to be on my best behavior, which I'm not sure what that means exactly. I feel like I'm supposed to act like I used to at work and not say the F word every 3 minutes or 3 seconds, however often I say fuck. But I am kind of worried because this is my youngest son, so he's borderline SJW. He's not quite. He's more liberal than I am. And my first worry was like, oh my God, what if he comes home with a chick with blue hair and a diaper pin through her nose? And Mr. Moose says it means you don't say the N-word. The first time I said that word, the N-word, around my daughter's boyfriend, he like lost his shit. He's like, I just don't say that. That's not a word you should say. I'm like, what? I was like, nigga, please. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what my best behavior is. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do, folks. So if you have any,
do your work, like you said, like you used to do at work, things that would not get you fired from work. Yeah, it's probably best.
yeah, I guess. You don't have to say anything. Just clean your shotgun. This is my son, so I don't have to do the shotgun thing. You do that with your daughters. I did threaten to beat the fuck out of my daughter's last boyfriend. But other than that, I've been really cool. They were always like that with me. Oh, Dad's gonna freak out, and I'm actually pretty chill as long as he's not a fucktard.
Just don't grab her by the pussy, and it should all be
Hi,
cool.
nice to meet you. Donald Trump taught me this. Let's see. I used to have blue hair, and I still have face metal. Don't lump me in with them. Look, Porky, I can't help it. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. That's the look they've appropriated. Oh, did you guys hear the story tonight? We did on Lords of the Night. There was a story. This magazine, I forget who it was. They wrote a story about. I probably could pull it up because I think it was in MSS News. But they wrote a story about how all hipsters look alike.
Yeah, that was.
And they included a picture. And this guy wrote them all pissed off that they used his picture without his permission. It wasn't him.
Oh, you idiot.
Like, thank you for making our point. Greg says, tell her to watch a few Monkey in the Morning to see the true you. Well, here's the thing. my youngest son is the most like me when it comes to personality. My youngest son does not give a fuck. And I've always liked that about him. He's even more that way than I am. So I feel like she's probably been tempered in this. I feel like she's already had trial by fire. So I'm like, I'll be a little nicer than he was, than he is, because yeah, he don't give a fuck. Oh man.
Well, serious question though. What if she comes home with him and you find out that it's your stalker?
No, I've seen a picture. We think, because my wife's Facebook stalked her. If you guys are listening, sorry. And it's definitely not her. The names don't match up too. So, but if it was, I'd be like, hey, stalker. Make her watch the Q&A, the sex Q&A streams. Yeah, well, she should watch that just to make sure she's doing things right. Because I mean, we're pretty smart about this kind of stuff. When it comes to sex, come to Monkey.
Giggity.
I've done it a couple of times.
Come
How
to
old is
yourself.
he again?
He's fuck. Let me see. He was born in 97, and he hasn't had his birthday yet. So
21.
yes, he's 21. No, yeah, 21. He's turning 22 this year. I usually do it by going by my daughter's birthday, and then because each of my children are 2 years apart. But she's had her birthday, and the other two haven't yet, so they're off a little bit. It makes remind. Look, when you get old and people ask you that kind of stuff, you don't fucking know. Jesus, what dad needs to threaten their son's girlfriend? Yeah, you don't threaten the son's girlfriend. You threaten the daughter's boyfriend.
No, equal rights, Monkey. Equal rights. You're like,
No,
bitch, don't
see-
you take all my kids' stuff?
No, see what happens is somebody can. Here's how the thinking goes. When you have a daughter and some boy comes around, it's like, you're not going to violate my daughter. But when you have a son and some girl comes around, like, go get it, bud. That's just life. And it's not unequal. It's they're different people. Let's see. Meet the girl in your stained underwear, scratching your balls. One, I don't have stained underwear. And I feel like I think that's not my best behavior. Equal rights mean equal me yelling at you. There you go.
Oh, I heard a good one a while back. You take the shells off of M&Ms and smear the chocolate between your toes, and then sit there at the table and pull out the chocolate and start eating it.
Ugh.
Couldn't you just use a Hershey's Kiss?
That sounds funny.
I feel like
Gross.
peeling the M&M is a little bit more work than I'm ready for.
Eat the shell then, don't you?
And then she ends up having his kids and taking care of his stuff. Time mothers sit there with rolling pins. I'm not sure. Monkey has no underwear. I'm wearing underwear right now, motherfucker. I have underwear. I just keep them clean. Because we know, we don't touch my butt, and anything that does touch it has to be very clean. I have a butt thing, y'all. I can't help it. Let's see. R. Kelly to file for decrease in child support owed. How much does he owe in child support? Holy shit. Kelly was sent back to jail on Wednesday for failing to pay $160,000 in child support to his ex-wife. How much is that for? They never tell us how much this is for. That still seems like a lot. But doesn't he have like 40 kids or something like that?
Some of them are just people he's dating.
Wow.
Let's see. Robert Kraft skips Navy SEALs gala after being dropped as honoree. Well, that makes sense. Although I feel like that kind of doesn't. I mean, the Navy and hookers, they go together. I'm a Navy brat. I've heard the stories. A celebration festival in Texas for the 80th anniversary of Batman will include a flyover of 1.5 million live bats. Fuck.
It's awesome.
Polly, where'd you read that from?
Online comic business and stuff and things. It's at South by Southwest.
Where the fuck did they get 1.5 million bats?
And it was planned by DC or Warner Brothers executives. So it's not like some loon over at South by Southwest came up with this on their own. I mean, that's a huge Austin, Texas thing going on. Like, that's a massive con and festival and so forth. 1.5 million bats to fly out over like the moonlit night. And it's like, that's a good idea to animate, not to do IRL.
Yeah. How'd all these people get rabies?
So much guano.
Oh shit.
Like, seriously, bats are like pigeons in a lot of ways. They poop while flying, man. You don't want that. Like 1.5 million bats, you got to figure some of them are going to be pooping. I mean, I don't know.
Guano is valuable.
You release
Tell 'em
so you
tell
get
'em
the
all-
bats. You release them. How do you get them back?
You don't.
Tell
That's
them all before you let them go. Look, everybody went before we fly, right? 'Cause if you don't, you're in trouble.
they're
How the
homing
fuck- look.
bats.
How can they have 1.5 million bats when bats are on so many endangered species lists? There's let me tell you, there is a reason I make sure to tell you guys that bat was alive when it left my house. Because it's illegal to kill bats in this state. Did you know that? There's a lot of states where it's illegal to kill bats.
So where'd you bury the body?
I didn't. I kicked that fucker out of my house. He was alive when he left.
Yeah, well,
What
you
happened
buried
after
him in a
that?
shoebox alive. That's pretty fucked up.
Nah, he wasn't in a shoebox. He went out the door at
Pop Tart is talking about how it's common in Texas for there to be bats and they're everywhere, and fair enough. And she said she also has bats outside of her window right now. Okay, but they're concentrating 1.5 million. Like, where do you go to get over 1 million bats? Like, who do you call?
Ghostbusters.
Do you have any idea how many bat? I mean, I that sounds stupid, but do you know what that's going to look like?
I can't conceive. Like, I know what you mean. I know how many it is numerically, but I have no idea like how much space that takes up. What kind of cage you need? I can't even figure it.
It's gonna look like the birds at night.
Yes.
Yeah, how do you even store them before you release them? You're gonna need fucking like 300 shipping containers or something. 1.5 million bats. That's fucking ridiculous.
Can you imagine the odds are so good? There's one person there that has a bat phobia, and they're just gonna freak out and never go outside again.
Do you think there's anybody going who doesn't know about it? That would be awesome.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, what's this? Oh fuck! That's 1 million bats.
Oh man, that looked like somebody cracked open the fifth seal. You know, a swarm
million
of
bats.
Yeah, it looked like
Equals 500 heart attacks.
Yeah.
Wait, what is this? Cowboys lineman quits NFL over weed policy while smoking a blunt.
Great.
He's on the grass and off the turf. Dallas Cowboy defensive lineman Dave Irving announced on Instagram late Thursday that he's leaving the NFL, saying he's prepared to quit football unless it loosens its stance on marijuana to match policies of other professional sports leagues. All right.
Bitch.
That's a lot of money. Man, you must really like weed.
He's taking the stand because he has principles,
Mhm.
Monkey. You didn't know that? These football players all have principles, which is why they do these things.
Look, man, play for a few more years and then retire and smoke all the pot you want.
Right? Why ruin a good thing?
That's, oh my God. What is this? Ilhan Omar, what are you up to now? Obama's a pretty face who got away with murder. Wow.
This
I
bitch
can't
needs to shut
stand
her
this
mouth.
woman. Yeah, fucking oath. She's
Did Ilhan Omar really say that?
Well, Minnesota Representative Ilhan Omar ripped former President Barack Obama in an interview published Friday, belittling his pretty face and saying his agenda of hope and change was an illusion. She cited the caging of kids at the Mexican border and the droning of countries around the world on Obama's watch and argued that he wasn't much different from President Trump.
Well, she's not
kinda,
wrong.
She's not. Yeah, exactly. She's not wrong about that.
What's that got to do?
I
I'm thinking about it on a political level. Like, you guys are going into 2020, you know that, right?
Right, exactly. Let's see. We can't only be upset with President Trump, the freshman firebrand told Politico magazine. His policies are bad, but many of the people who came before him also had really bad policies. They just were more polished than he was. And that's not what we should be looking for anymore. We don't want anybody to get away with murder because they are polished. We want to recognize the actual policies that are behind the pretty face and the smile. Holy fuck. Wow.
Isn't she a Democrat?
Yeah.
I can't disagree with what she said there.
No, she's not wrong. I mean, we still have people pointing to the kids in cages using the fucking Obama pictures.
Well, didn't Obama killed that American guy that was part of the terrorist group?
Yes.
Can't think of his name right now.
He ordered the murder of a U.S. citizen. Yeah. Which, by the way, worse than anything Trump's done, guys.
Yeah.
But Dave says she's still a cunt, though. You're not wrong. She is a cunt, but I can't believe she had the balls to say that.
Oh, I can, because she's too stupid to know any better. I'm starting to think that they got it right where the women should stay inside the house and not say anything.
This is why they're
Wow,
both
guys.
Hey,
We were friends.
we are.
I want to stay in the house and not do anything all day.
All right, I'm tweeting
I still
that
can't get over. I can't get over that fucking interview. When she was questioning, I can't remember who it was, but she's like, "Oh, do you think that genocide is good or whatever? Genocide is okay for to further American interests or whatever?" And the dude's like, "No," and she's like, "Oh, I'll take that as a yes."
Yeah.
Like,
What?
she completely disregarded everything he fucking said, and he's like, "No," like you could see how fucking like against it he was. But still, I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah, she was asking about some policy under Bush, I believe it was, because that's who he worked for. And she's like, well, this led to genocide. Do you think genocide's okay? And he's like, the fuck are you talking about? She goes, well, do you think genocide's okay? And he's like, no. And she goes, okay, I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Selective hearing at its greatest.
Snub said, okay, who did Obama murder now? What the fuck was his name? Give me a second because I'm gonna have to look this up. Y'all chat amongst yourself for a moment.
I like pumpkin pie.
With
Polly, have you made a thumbnail, Polly?
Oh, snap. We're back to that.
I want to stay on that topic. I like whipped cream on my pumpkin pie. How about you?
Yeah, of course.
Guys, feel free to jump in on the pie conversation.
I also liked the whipped of creams on my pumpkins of pies.
Well, yeah, it's awesome.
Peter?
I'm not a big fan of pumpkin pie, to be honest, or any pie for that matter, really.
You're dead to me.
And I hate to say this because I know there's a lot of Americans watching, but I don't like apple pie either. I'm sorry.
You're tanking your numbers here. You're tanking the numbers here, Peter.
I put myself out there to put you on, and this is what you do to me.
Peter,
to be honest, I say it how I see it.
Yeah, you're definitely
wrong. And that was Anwar Al-Awlaki. Al-Awlaki, I think is how you say it. Snubbirth. He says, I love you guys, but that sounds clickbaity as hell. No, he ordered a drone strike knowing that he was there, killing an American citizen, which the guy was a shitbag. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Anwar was a good guy, but the president does not have the power to just murder Americans. That's what I mean. No due process. And yeah, there was a whole bunch of people who were like, "What the fuck did he just do?" And yeah,
then they did nothing about it.
Yep, just completely
got away. Stopped talking about it right away until Congress made a big deal about it. People from his own party, and then they stopped talking about it really, really quick because of whatever reason. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
He's the president. We can't question him.
and like I said, I made this point again and again. If Donald Trump had ordered the execution of an American citizen without trial, it would be civil unrest across the country. And oh my God, he's a tyrant. The death camps are starting.
And it should be.
Yeah.
It should have been then. But I mean, to the point, Snub doesn't even know what we're talking about. That's how much attention it got.
Well, just keep in mind, Barack Obama told us the way that it worked on his day leaving office. He had no scandals during his 8 years.
Yes,
remember that. None. But in a lot of ways, he wasn't wrong, because what makes a scandal a scandal? He wasn't talking about no prosecutions, no attempts to impeach me. He said no scandals. Yeah, you didn't really have any, because scandals exist in the media when people give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, this is the guy who his IRS set up a question so that they could tell people they had used political differences to target people.
Yeah,
and that's not a big deal. No big deal. No big deal.
Yeah. The backdoor dealing with Iran and shipping them billions of dollars or hundreds of millions rather in an overnight flight for the purchase of U.S. hostages, amongst other things. And it's, it was reported on. Did it turn to a scandal? No, absolutely not. Covering your own Attorney General, Eric Holder, when he illegally allowed cartels to get a hold of guns, shipped them a bunch of automatic weapons, and then those very guns get lost in the mix, all done to support gun control efforts. And those lost guns turn up at the murder site of a U.S. border guard.
Yeah.
And, okay, Eric Holder, you personally approved this. We're going to call you to testify and depose you on this issue to what you knew about it when you knew it. Well, Barack Obama classified all the conversations that they had about that, thus immuning him from being deposed. Oh, that's no big deal. Let's stop talking about that. Move on to something else then.
Yep. No scandals whatsoever.
None.
And again, you're not wrong, because scandals are in the press, and the press was like, oh, we don't need to look at that. There's no reason to look at that. Let's talk about Donald Trump and his 2 scoops of ice cream instead.
The thing that is frustrating about it is that whenever I have these conversations with people, and you do hear from time to time somebody, a commentator on a news program, will raise one of these issues and say, you didn't report on this. And they'll say, I think we reported on that. They're not wrong. They did report on it nicely with a soft hand and then move the fuck on. But they can rightly and justifiably claim, no, we talked about that. So it becomes a subjective matter of, you talked about it, but completely uncritically and largely ran interference, so it wouldn't turn into a scandal.
They literally use the White House's talking points. Guys, if you don't know about this, I mean, there were White House officials who would go on conference calls with media people and tell them what to go say,
as opposed to showing up looking to do battle with Sarah Huckabee Sanders every day. What a wildly different environments. But Trump's a Russian, so it's different.
Trump beat their girl, and that's all that matters. It's weird to watch politics between last administration and this one, and everybody, look how bad it's gotten. It's like it's no different. The only difference is what the fucking media is doing. I mean, this is the media that started their bitching at Trump about kids in cages based on a picture from Obama's presidency.
That got buried real quick. It was like,
it did.
The editor's note on this story at the very bottom of the page, if you scroll all the way down, and it's, oh my God.
Yeah. This was from before. Sorry about that.
But they corrected themselves, and again, they can justifiably say that they did. And so, the Jake Tappers and Rachel Maddows of the world say, no, we talked about that. Now, moving on. Donald Trump is a racist today because
Backscan says my favorite Trump scandal was Trump feeding the fish. Yeah, that was fucking retarded.
Was it coy? Is that what was down there? Okay. Yeah. With no cultural sensitivity or environmental awareness, he just dumped all the food with the cropped in pitch. Yeah, that was a good one. Good call.
Yeah, it's sad. It really is. Like I said, they've taken all pretext of bias out. Like, look, yeah, we're biased as fuck. Here, Trump sucks, and here's why.
What's become my drum to beat on this is the damage to the credibility of media writ large over this.
Yeah.
Trump's Trump. He's an individual guy. any individual occupant of the executive office is arguably neither here nor there in terms of importance to the republic. But free press is actually important to the republic, and the amount of damage that's been done to their credibility across the board. Like when you look at the numbers from Pew Research polls, like, widely aggregated polls, the numbers are down in the teens, like 15% trust the media to report information reliably. And those are people that are on the fringes. People that listen to Fox News is gospel, and people that listen to MSNBC is gospel. Everybody else in the middle is like, you guys are a bunch of lying corporate shills. That's not good.
Problem. Wait, see, we always hear about the free press, the free press, the free press. We need a free and fair and open press. It can't just be the free press, because the free press can go out there and just say whatever they want to. And that's the problem we have right now is it's a free press, and that's great. But they're a bunch of they're shills. They're pundits. They're partisans. They're not just out there to give the news. They are out there to push a fucking agenda. And it is on both sides, but it is quite clearly overwhelmingly on one side.
Wait, are you telling me that Don Lemon is not giving me the straight news?
I'm sorry to be the one to break that to you. It's kind of like learning about Santa, isn't it?
Yeah, don't tell me Chris Saliza's biased.
I got my evening edition of the Washington Post, right? Like late this afternoon. And it's the first two opening headlines is the electronic edition were op-eds. Neither of them were called op-eds. That used to be what they call them. Instead, they were under the heading of analysis, which is an op-ed, and debate, which is an op-ed. They got 20 names for it now. Analysis, it sounds like, solid and reliable and full of rigor, and it's none of those things. The article that really stuck out to me as the best exemplar in the evening edition today from the Washington Post, written by Antonio Farzan. This is a sham. Why 23 Republicans vote against condemning hatred and bigotry. What?
Wait, it was only 20.
Well, they listed it as 23. And it's many criticize Democrats for not doing more to rebuke Representative Ilhan Omar, while others complain the resolution didn't mention Christians or white people. That's the subheadline.
Yeah, and isn't that why they said they weren't voting for it?
Because it did, the whole idea, this is a sham, is not connected to anybody in the headline. Again, the headline reads, quote, "This is a sham," end quote. Why did 23 Republicans vote against condemning hatred and bigotry? Question mark. They're calling the bill of condemnation a sham, and that's a specific quote from a representative. But they make it sound like that the Republicans weren't willing to do this. That's the sham. You see what I mean?
Of course. Yeah.
And why were they against it? Because it was supposed to be a specific condemnation of anti-Semitism and specific bigotry in that way. It gets widened and widened and widened with inclusions to include every kind of phobia and ism that you can think of. Xenophobia was listed in there, homophobia, transphobia, everything, all to dilute the fact that it was about Ilhan Omar and all of her bullshit, to try and make the Democrats make it seem like they're not a den of anti-Semitism, which they're increasingly looking like. Whether they are or aren't, they're increasingly looking that way. What kills me is they're like, okay, you know what? You've named pretty much every kind of bigotry and hatred in here, except for bigotry against Christians and bigotry against white people. Those are the only two groups that have pretty much gone unnamed here. My God. And therefore didn't want to sign this sham bill. I don't blame them. It's become a sham, a joke, a farce. And yet news media in this story cover it as what? You're racist.
Yeah,
like,
they're
oh my
racist.
God.
I saw a tweet today that it made me laugh my ass off because it's true. Because Ilhan Omar retweeted somebody talking about the Republicans who didn't vote for it. Mm-hmm. And it said, check this out. This is Ilhan Omar shaming people for not voting for a resolution that was made because of her actions.
Yeah. But
that's where we are, people.
If you were her, and it's like I said, the Pauli's law, never attribute to malice what can be more easily be explained by political motivation. It's like Ilhan Omar, imagine you're in the spot that she's in. You got the entire Democratic Party's leadership, rather, including the Speaker of the House, backing you up and willing to cover your stupid freshman ass for all the dumb shit that you've done. You know, the things you're saying are politically poisonous and you keep getting away with it and they keep covering your ass. So what do? Well, you come out and call the Republicans racist because that always sell. It'll always spill ink. And you know that the mainstream media, most of them, sans Breitbart and Fox, are going to back you up. It's not a stupid move on her part. I agree. It's ridiculous that she's doing it, but I get it.
That's the part. Look, I understand why she would do that. Of course she's going to do that. It's like, oh, let's get the heat off me. But again, the simple fact is the only reason we're talking about it is because of her.
Yeah.
So you're running out there being a fucking anti-Semite all over the place, proud of it. And they had to have a resolution. The Democrats had to come up with a resolution to get this idiot to stop saying horrible things in public. I mean, but they're going to jump on those Republicans who didn't vote for it because it wasn't all inclusive.
Well, it was actually more about, like, to be honest, it's like, why they're not condemning her. They're not censuring her like they did with Representative Tom King for the bullshit that he said. They weren't removing her from committees or restricting her from other duties or whatever as an act of censure. They're saying, oh yeah, because her actions and their defending and running interference for her made them all look like a bunch of anti-Semites. So as a party, we're going to condemn anti-Semitism and end up condemning what? Xenophobia and transphobia in the mix? What the fuck?
Yeah,
not
it's
good.
All they had to do is this is what Nancy Pelosi was talking about when she said, oh, we got to get the wording right. Like, you still fucked it up. All you had to do is we condemn hate. How about that? That's real simple. But yeah, you still were having to do it because one of your golden girls came out and was saying horrible shit. Get her to stop doing that. You don't have to have all of Congress sign off to a meaningless fucking resolution. It's meaningless. It does nothing. But you look how much we care. We care. It's amazing how much they care.
They've got a lot of political capital, the Democrats, I mean, built up, and we're the party of the people. We care about the people, when really the DNC is highly corporatist and they have a given vision for big government and continuing on with it. I don't know. There's ways you can look very realpolitik and very cynically at both parties. I just wish they were both looked at that way. Do you know what I mean? I wish there was a little bit more realism upon. One of my friends said, and she's a Democratic supporter. She voted for Hillary Clinton. She is not a fan of Donald Trump by any means. And two things that she said really stood out to me. One, wait a minute. They're launching another investigation into Trump, but Mueller hasn't even finished his investigation nor submitted his findings yet. Why would they launch another investigation? Yeah, it even confused her. And then the other thing was saying, yeah, this stuff going on, like the Rolling Stone cover and all of the bullshit going on, and then they're promoting two freshmen who really don't know what they're doing as the head of the party or the face of the party. It's not an easy time to be a Democrat right now. And I'm like, Jesus.
It's not.
Trump 2020, you're like making it happen.
We're getting ready to go into a presidential election where they're already the underdog because you have an incumbent.
Mm-hmm.
And you have these assholes out there making it much, much harder for you. And so you have people like Nancy Pelosi does not want to be out there supporting this idiot.
No.
You can see it in her face. You can see it in the early reactions. She doesn't want to be out there backing Cortez. She doesn't want to be back Tlaib. None of these people, because they're all fucking morons and they don't know how this works. One of the best moments of politics this year was that whole Feinstein thing. That Feinstein video where the kids come in and demand that she signs the Green Deal.
Yeah.
And her reaction to them, that's the kind of reaction they need to go have. They need to sit those fuckers down and go, look, this is how shit works. And that's not to say, look, we're not going to try to change things or anything. It's just being a cunt. That's something you do online. You're not the president. You have to work with other people. He doesn't. He can be like, fuck it. You know what? I'm going to do my thing. Because Congress is the one who actually has to pass bills. And when you're one of those people in Congress, sorry, you've got to get along. You don't have to go along, but you have to get along. And they're not. and they're doing so many things to hurt the whole fucking party, and they don't get it because they just think I'm the new person.
On a
I'm one of
micro
those.
political level, I know I said this before, but if Cortez does not get elected coming in up in 2020, my God, see, I'm always like, like it's going to be so delicious. It's like biting into a chocolate truffle. It's like, tell me it's going to happen. It's not likely, but would that be sweet? Because embarrassing.
If she was smart, and I know she's not, she wouldn't even run in 2020.
If she was smart and wanted to keep her job, all she would have had to have
We'd
done
be leaderless.
just the occasional thing before cameras, and saying, we're in the middle of working very hard. She would have never done this Green New Deal. She wouldn't have done anything. It would have been, we're organizing, we're getting straight, and we're going into 2020. We're going to come strong. Just non-statements. Do you know what I mean? Just generalized somethings. That would have almost been a guaranteed re-election for her. But you had to start talking, you dummy. And the thing around Amazon, if anything costs her the election, because all politics is local, right? What's going to piss her constituents off in a real sense is jobs, economy. Nothing matters to people at the end of the day more than that. And her things around, I mean, you don't think her political opponents in her own district are going to bring that up? Yeah, they will. This is somebody who cost how many jobs in this district alone? She doesn't care. She doesn't even live here. All of the stuff look at all of the malfeasance she's been accused of, and her boyfriend, et cetera, et cetera. Oh man, the amount of, in just a few months, of political ammunition that her political enemies and competitors have received in her own district is mind blowing. So yeah, it's possible, just not likely, but I'm looking forward to it. That would just 2 years and gone. That doesn't happen a lot.
If she's smart, seriously, if she was smart, she would just quit. She'd let 2 years is enough and go work for MSNBC.
Yeah, work for MSNBC and work on 5 or 6 different advisory boards at different companies where she doesn't do nothing. They just want her name associated with the company for a 6-figure salary. Happens a lot.
Yeah, and they would pay her a lot more than Congress does, even though, I mean, she's making bank compared to what she did now.
And to quote her friend Omar, it is all about the Benjamins, and so she. So,
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
all right,
hasn't
guys.
said that.
What's that?
Omar didn't say that, did she?
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did.
Oh,
She
my
tweeted
God.
Yeah, she was talking about the AIPAC and the Israel lobby in general for, why does America support, as a matter of foreign policy, Israel? She said it's all about the Benjamins, alluding to Jew money directs U.S. foreign policy in terms of lobbying politicians.
She did not.
Yeah, she said it's all about the Benjamins.
Well, yeah, Omar.
Right here.
That's why Omar started getting in trouble. Because she'd already said a couple of things that were like, ooh, you probably shouldn't say that. And then she did the all about the Benjamins thing, and everybody's like, and then what did she follow it up with? Because somebody else was actually the one talking about Israeli influence. And yeah, her answer, she retweeted it with all about the Benjamins. And then somebody said, what do you mean by that? And she followed that up with AIPAC. That was her follow-up tweet. And everybody's like, ooh. Yeah, because she was basically saying the Republicans were bought by Jews. Good job. The Jews and their Jew gold, man. They do everything.
No, I
That's
mean,
not anti-Semitic
and
at
then
all.
people wonder why. I mean, even if you don't have that high of an opinion of the Jews, you can't go around saying stuff like that and expect people to take you seriously. But apparently, she does.
Look, that's just how she's used words in the past.
I just mean like the hijab wearing Muslim who never shuts up about being a Muslim, and you're living up to one of the worst stereotypes ever of Muslims. It's just being like antithetically against Jews writ large.
If I have to see
her, really,
her little hijab covered head doing that smile with her nose wrinkled up anymore, I'm just gonna vomit. They keep putting those pictures up, and I fucking hate it. Like, you stop it. You look like a little kid who just did something wrong. Stop it.
I don't get the I think personally something that's, like, again, my concern for the lack of real journalism going on, the Brianna Wu interview, that was not with BuzzFeed. That was with fucking Bloomberg. right? And the person and the lady interviewing her says, do you think there should be any legislation? And she goes, I do think government has a role in, okay, that was a complete wishy-washy non-answer. I asked you legislation. I said specifically, if she was worth her salt as a journalist, she would have followed that up immediately with specifically legislation that achieves what? Not referencing, well, in the gaming industry, if all you have to talk about is your righteous fight against Gamergate that occurred largely in cyberspace and didn't cost you personally anything, you really don't have any planks to stand on as a politician here. I'm going to ask you again, what specific legislation restricting what are you proposing? And then people who are candidates get exposed as people who probably shouldn't be candidates.
Why would you take Brianna Wu seriously anyway?
But it goes to, why are you taking Ilhan Omar seriously? She's from a small district in Minnesota. It's not a powerhouse district. Why are you treating this freshman congressperson like she is a powerhouse representative because of who she is and what she looks like? And you throw her softball questions. Everyone watching this is just like, Christ, watching news now is like watching a PR firm help out candidates.
Look, I understand what you're saying there, but at least Omar is a representative. You know, she's in Congress. Not only did Brianna Wu lose, this is the woman who told us we need to have a defense force for the moon.
I forgot about the moon rocks.
Yeah, because if people went to the moon, they could throw rocks at the Earth and they would hit like bombs.
Holly,
I remember that.
how did you forget about Wu Goblin? Really?
No, I didn't forget about Wu Goblin. I just forgot about the moon rocks thing, the moon bombs. Remember, this is the woman who in that very same interview was talking about the science and technology committee and how more money needs to be pumped towards it to get more women into science and tech. Like, are you fucking kidding me? You're the moon rock woman. You're the last person on Earth that should be talking about this.
Wait, that moon rock thing was real? I thought that was a meme.
She actually said.
She actually said that.
Yeah.
Huh.
We need to securitize the moon, because if nations get control of the lunar space, the surface of the moon, they can drop rocks that'll have more power than your most powerful explosive nuclear weaponry, etc.
Yeah.
Well, we could retaliate by flying out with giant butterfly nets and catching asteroids.
Your boy Pat asks a great question. He says, who takes Brianna Wu seriously? The media does, to the point where 20% of voters in her district were willing to vote for her, and that's scary.
Yeah.
The fact she's a congresswoman in the first place.
Oh no, she didn't win. She lost.
Thank God.
She ran for Congress. She's not. Ilhan Omar is, but Brianna Wu is the one they were talking to about.
Oh, no. Sorry, yeah. I'm talking about Omar, not Brianna Wu. Yeah, she's a fucking... No, Omar. And same with Cortez. It amazes me, looking at it from an Australian, like, you know, I'm not part of the country. It amazes me that Cortez and Omar are part of your Congress. Especially when they're fucking talking about socialism. Not Omar. I know she's not talking about socialism. She's just an anti-Semite.
She's getting there. She's hanging on to Cortez's stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a whole big narrative now. Everybody's sort of jumping on that fucking bandwagon.
And it's going to cost them the election.
And with Cortez, the more she spoke, when she first got elected, I could sort of see it, because she's kind of hot. You know, she's new, she's young, she's kind of dynamic, and I can see why people thought she was, you know, this is the new face of the Democratic Party kind of thing. But the more she spoke, every time she does an interview, she fucks up, she speaks shit. Nobody, like, she doesn't know fuck all about fuck all.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people don't. It's starting to happen though. I saw an interview or something on, was it NBC or MSNBC or CNN? And I can't remember who it actually was. Was it Jake Tapper or maybe Chris Cuomo? One of those dudes was actually talking shit about how, you know, she can't, at $98 trillion, her whole stupid deal was going to cost. And yeah, I think people on the left are actually starting to see how ridiculous she is and how all the things she's saying are just pipe dreams, and hopefully it'll fucking end eventually. Because you can't fucking deal with that shit for too long. She's fucking retarded.
The problem is, this is what caused the biggest problem. The DNC pulled some shady shit to make sure Hillary won, even though she was winning anyway and there was no real reason to do it. That made Bernie a martyr, even though his ideas were going to lose within the Democratic Party. But because of the narrative that's out there, it's like he only lost because she cheated, which isn't true.
Yeah.
And you also, our press over here, dude, you have to understand just how leftist they are. A lot of our press agrees with the shit that AOC says. They don't have to make the decisions like, okay, how are you going to pay for that? They ask her that, but they agree that, we need universal health care and universal college and all of this shit. They like those kind of ideas, so they're helping to push them. And they finally have a moron who's out there running around going, yeah, let's be socialist. And everybody's like, no. So I still think as this election moves on, you're going to see all of the candidates have to move further and further to the left. I mean, there's not a one of them who said, no, I'm not in favor of the Green Deal. None of the presidential candidates so far. They're all like, yeah, that sounds good.
Do you remember when, like 10, 20 years ago, if you had said out loud in public that you're a socialist, you would have been either beaten up or fucking laughed at. And nowadays it's cool to be, and even I think Antifa, I remember seeing videos of Antifa protesting, and they were actually fucking spray painting hammers and sickles on the fucking on walls of buildings and shit. It's communism, socialism, that shit's accepted now for some some bizarre reason. It amazes me. It really does.
Like I said, our press is all over it, man.
It's the same.
It's going to cost them, man. It really is in this next election. I really hope Trump wins by an even bigger landslide, because I think they will lose their fucking minds. And I want to see it. I really do. But guys, like I said, I actually have to be up and around at normal times tomorrow because my son is coming home. I haven't seen him in a while, and I really am happy about that. Plus, we get to meet his girlfriend, and I got to be on my best behavior. So we're going to end this here, and I'm going to try to get some regular sleep. Chat, guys, thank you so much for the donations. You guys are so generous, and I love you. And thanks for coming by and just listening to us talk for a few hours. But don't forget to tell your friends to come join you. Don't be selfish. Sharing is caring.
Unless
Jack,
it's STIs, then don't do that.
Jack, anything you want to shill tonight?
Just throw my channel link in, but I think we do need to close the Moonrock loophole.
I agree. Eve?
So,
You'd like to share
glad
tonight.
you asked. I actually I can find the space button there. There we go. I put my channel in there as well as the Minions of the Zoo channel where I host occasionally. So my channel, I'll just play stupid video games and be very bad at them. So
Alrighty, Dax, anything you'd like to shill tonight?
Not today, but tomorrow night we should be doing, after Lords of the Night, we should be doing some more Borderlands 2, if I'm correct.
Yes, we should be. Peter, anything you'd like to shill?
Let me think. I just reached 50 subs actually. So
Hey.
Nice.
Congrats.
I wrote a tweet the other day or yesterday. I'm only like 88,470 something off PewDiePie.
Nice.
I'm reaching for PewDiePie. Fuck T-Series. Fuck PewDiePie. 88 million. I'm on my way.
You'll get there.
But don't go sub to me because I'm not going to link it or anything. And I don't make videos, so ignore all that shit. But go watch Minions of the Zoo, please.
Polly, anything you'd like to shill?
Yes, I would like to show common sense Moonrock legislation.
Indeed.
I mean, you got to think about the children. But in addition to that, I'm putting the link for my channel in chat where Jack Inquisitor and I do comic book curation. By all means, come by. It's a great and sad time to be a fan of comic books, movies, and so forth. And we discuss all of that. So come on by. And if you like what you hear, by all means, share, like, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Guys, it is Saturday. So tonight we will be on my channel right here at 9 p.m. Eastern time for Lords of the Night. Then we'll be over on 2 Cents Plus playing Borderlands 2. We'll be giving away a game. I'm not sure which one, but come check it out. It's a lot of fun. We laugh a lot and do stupid shit. So if you like laughing and you like people and you like puppies, you should come watch. Who doesn't like puppies? Right?
Oh, that's a low blow.
If you like puppies, you should be watching 2 Cents Plus.
Did you see the BuzzFeed video with Brie Larson playing with puppies while answering fan questions?
I did not.
That was a thing. Just because she is a human being, she won't kill the puppies if she touches them. It's an attempt to humanize her. Anyway, final thought there.
There you go. Guys, don't drop moon rocks. We love you. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, everyone.
Night, everyone.
Night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, guys.